This afternoon, or was it the morning? It might have been the morning, whatever. Anyway, I had a little challenge. I called it a skirmish because I do this kind of thing in the songwriting community. So the challenge was to take a prompt and write like a song or poetry or, other sort of story. That's fine too. So you heard one already. This is mine. To be honest, I edited though during the last class period. So this is mine. The prompt was random acts of kindness, and I asked people to do whatever their brain wanted to go with. That was cool. I mean, even if that wasn't even included, that's all fine. Okay. My father's been called forth to war, and with honor he would answer. His spirit and his fealty are unchallenged in this land, but his body's become frail, and we fear he has a cancer. His remaining time feels stolen, and I cannot release his hand. This summons bears the weight of law. Denial is condemned with death. And my father, ever faithful, dons his honor and his sword. Wow, armor, supposed to be armor. Dons his armor and his sword. And I, a girl of 10, would save him with my dying breath, but I cannot lift his gear, and my entreaties are ignored. I watch him slowly disappear down the lane to meet the host. My mother calls for help, for my young siblings still need care. But I cannot tear my eyes from him I still love the most. And I will not lose a second of the chance to see him there. The months pass hard and still no news. We are hungry but still living. Our neighbors barter what they can, and we've been frugal from the start. Then I hear a noise one night, though the wind is unforgiving. I find a basket in our doorway and a stack of wood to warm our heart. From then, each week there is another, food and fuel enough to share. My father's absence pains us, but we live richer than before. I still wait and watch the window and half expect to see him there. I am startled from my reverie by a soft knock at the door. A young man stands before me with deep sorrow in his frame. He twists his hat with nervous fingers after doffing it politely. I ask if he knows my father, and before I speak his name, tears are spilling forth between us, and he bows his head contritely. Your father saved my life, he said, through his skill and selfless fairness. I was a stranger, but he saw in me potential for full life. He looked weak, but he was cunning, and many times when I was careless, he met every blow that sought me with sword or sharpest knife. I thought he was invincible, a secret weapon in our field. I didn't cover him as I should have. Somehow he always returned safe. But one day an arrow caught him. I was too slow to raise my shield, and as his life drained out before me, he spoke of life redeemed with grace. You're a young man yet, he said, and I knew my time was short. You're the future of this land, and I would see future protected. But spare a thought whene'er you can. The family I've been fighting for, my sacrifice is also theirs, and we are all of us connected. The next battle was our victory, and I stood beside our king. He rewarded me so handsomely for my service in the war. I have sent here what I could, and yet it does not mean a thing when compared to what you've lost. I'll honor the oath your father swore. My mother asks him in and offers sustenance and drink. I cannot read her face as she, in shadows, lays the table. The young man sits there crying. My own tears fall as I blink. I vow to honor my father's kindness in every way that I am able. And soon there'll be another war, as history oft repeats and twists. Soldiers shall be called again, and they shall answer as they must. But the bravest, strongest warrior pales beside my father's gift. He fought to preserve a future, even as he turned to dust.